Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast and a game between Yo.IM's Has versus Thermaltake's Thermaltake's Apollo Ball here on Neo Planet S. So TT Esports is, or Apollo's Ball, sponsored by TT Esports. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the strategies coming in. This is going to be a Terran versus Protoss here on Neo Planet S, and I am hoping for some more exciting back and forth games. Yesterday's games from Season 2 Round Robin really felt a bit one-sided, so hopefully we will see a little bit more action and perhaps a little bit more scouting and a little bit more reading of what the other players are doing here. In a couple of matchups yesterday, I'm sure you guys noticed just bad responses to scouting. Overlords scouting a lot of gateways and still trying to train up a lot of drones instead of, sacrificing drones to get spine crawlers and getting roaches to absorb that damage. Now, coming into this TVP, I am interested to see what exactly Has is going to be going for, and whether or not Has is going to try and go for that Nexus fast expansion. The Nexus Mothership Core expansion has been pretty common in TVP as of late, just because that Mothership Core offers up so much defense, especially on a map such as Neo Planet S. If you're able to wall off this location here, I haven't seen a lot of Protoss players do it, but if you are able to create a wall here and then have your Nexus as part of that wall, all the Marines, all the units have to walk around your Nexus to head up that ramp. And that just buys you a lot of time. That Nexus is able to deal a lot of damage to Marauders and especially Marines, as Marines only take, I believe, 2 shots without that combat shield before they do get killed. Now, Ball is moving out in order to do a bit of scouting, and what is this? Has already opened up with a hidden pylon. Now, I don't know if this is a mind fake or a double take there, a mind trick there, where this pylon isn't really proxy to build a Stargate. This is a little bit out of position. It's not much closer, but an experienced Terran player should be able to notice that a pylon is missing. This SCV gonna take a look around, sees, okay, I see one pylon. Where is that second pylon? And he's gonna automatically think to himself, okay, this has to be a Stargate play. Well, if he doesn't notice the fact that there's only 2 workers on gas instead of 3, then he will fall into that trap. Now, this SCV is still looking around. He can take a look at the probe count and wonder to himself, okay, what is seriously going on here? And it's going to make Ball play a little bit more defensively than he normally would. He doesn't know what to expect, and because of that, he has to play a little bit more defensive, at least for the next minute and a half, before he goes, you know what, that may just be a mind fake. Maybe he just hid that pylon, and with that, I need to scout out what's happening next. Alright, SCV is coming back here. You can see that that pylon has still absolutely nothing, as we are now building a Stargate. Interestingly enough, we are adding in additional probes onto the assimilators, and we are going into a Stargate here, and now we are also going into Hellions. If Ball is not able to get up enough Marines to handle those Oracles, this will be a bad day for him, as we are now going into a Starport. The Starport, however, is the perfect counter to that Stargate. Oracle harassment not very effective, especially if there is a Viking in play. As fast as Oracles move, Vikings do have extremely long range, while Oracles have relatively short range, and because of that, the Starport, the Vikings can shoot down or at least get enough damage onto an Oracle to force it to retreat. Now remember, every time the Oracle activates its pulsar beam, it does use up 25 energy, and with that 25 energy gone, oh, Probe's gonna get torched there. Wow, beautiful play by Ball, as Ball getting a little bit lucky with this. Alright, Mothership Core is now out, and is it gonna take down any additional workers? That is the question there. There goes another, and the worker kill count already up to 6. A very good trade, 19 probes versus 23. As we are now taking a look at Haz's expansion here at the 3 o'clock position. Alright, Oracle is on the move. We are going into a Phoenix to follow this up. Meanwhile, Widow Mines are being trained. Marines are nearby, hoping to perhaps catch this Oracle a bit out of position. If this Oracle accidentally flies into this group of Marines, that will be a very, very bad day, and it looks like it could be exactly that. Oh, yes, takes a little bit too much damage and is going to be forced to retreat. All of its shields gone in an instant. Meanwhile, let's take a look at this. What's happening here? Widowmine, oh, shoots down the Oracle as it flies by. Beautifully done, beautifully played, as Ball is now in control. Ball has only lost 200 resources, those 2 Hellions, compared to the Oracle and all of the workers. Meanwhile, has transitioned into Phoenixes, surprisingly, and I don't know what the Phoenixes are really going to be doing here. On top of that, the Mothership Core is nearby and has enough energy for that Photon Overcharge, so it is just going to turn this Nexus into a giant cannon, and oh, the Widowmine does get the burrow off in time. Marines now trying to engage, as the Widowmine did get 0 kills. What did it even try to shoot? Not 100% sure. Graviton Beam, Marines all taken down here, but the Widowmine has entered play. Are we perhaps going to see an Oracle pop out and then do its revelation tactic? I do believe so. It takes another 10 seconds. Oh, the timing on this couldn't be much closer. We are going to see the Oracle now pop out here. There's the reveal, and beautiful timing there. Has realizing that he needed the Chrono Boost out the Stargate, on the Stargate, in order to get that Oracle. And I loved this play by Has, using Oracle as a detector. This is something that we have not seen, or we don't see a lot of players, especially in even the Diamond and Low Masters Leagues, remembering the Oracle is actually a detector. It does take a fair amount of energy, 50 energy, so it cannot constantly have that reveal going, but it will have about 30 energy at the end of it. So overall, the net effect is that it loses 20 energy to become a detector. Very, very effective detection for the Protoss, especially given at how fast the Oracle is and its other utilities, such as being able to just do a lot of worker harassment. All right, 1 Marine down, 2 Marines down. Is the Phoenix going to go down? No, it does not, as the Phoenix is really benefiting from that additional +1 upgrade on their range that happened in the Heart of the Swarm upgrade. Now, coming back around, you can take a look. Mule is now being called down by Ball. Has 60 supply versus 61. Things are still neck and neck, as we are both sitting on 2 bases. Armies are still relatively small. 26 army supply versus 21. Only just harassment is going to be coming in from all of these sides, as the missile turret was not able to get a focus shot off onto that Phoenix. It does take a little bit of time for that turret to spin around and start to target down that Phoenix. The Phoenixes were able to spot that turret and back off just in time, as we now see a transition by Has going into Colossi. Colossi, the perfect counter to this massive bio strategy that Pulse appears to be doing. There is 5 barracks here, as there is now a Viking still wandering around. All right, the Phoenixes are going to try and do a little bit of an engagement. There you go. Oh, the Viking getting off a couple of rounds there, as the Phoenix are going to be forced to back off here. The Phoenixes could easily take on the Viking in a one-on-one fight, but the Marines are there to help offer a little bit of support, and Has will be forced to retreat. Meanwhile, Medivacs, Marines now moving across the center, making sure that there are no nexuses in the center portion of the map, an area of the map that is often untraveled, so to speak, as the Marines will be popping up on the far side. Combat Shield and Stim will be completed, and Ball was really focusing on unit production and not much on upgrades. Marines now moving out, siege tanks in position. You can see that no expansion is down here. We do see Immortals and a Colossus, and now with the tech advantage in favor of Has, this is going to be a very, very bad fight for Ball. On top of that, there was only 1 Viking compared to the 4 Phoenixes and 1 Colossus. I do believe that because of that unit composition from Has, Ball will be forced to retreat. He doesn't like what he saw, and he will just perhaps try and train up more Vikings back at home. There is that double training of the Vikings at that starport here, as oh no, Ball has kind of trapped himself in a little bit of a corner here. Down goes a Marine, dropping that combat shield, and we'll see what will be happening next. 1 Marine here, he does spot that proxy or that pylon in a strange location now, but he hasn't really done anything with it. Oh, Phoenix is 1, 2 taken down in an instant. A Viking now trying to come in and engage. It looks like another Phoenix. Oh, the Viking does come out barely. 5 hit points left, as the Marines, what are they doing? They could have focused down the last 2 of the Phoenixes and then allowed the Viking to be air superiority. Ball now being forced to retreat all the way back. 5 Stalkers now warping in. The proxy pylon is here. Has looks like he's going to be knocking on this front door, but Ball is home to answer. And here we go. Siege tanks, Stalkers, there's the engagement. Guardian shield coming in as well. SCVs trying to repair. As you can see that the Zealots are coming in. There is that time warp as the bunker will get taken down. Marines still fighting back here. Colossi in the backfield as the Vikings going after the mothership core. It quickly gets taken down as well as the Marines are now trying to charge in. SCVs absorbing a bit too much damage. This is not going well for Ball at all. That doubled time warp there, making reinforcements come at a snail's pace as the siege tanks are still blasting away, able to almost take down that immortal there. What is this? Has could easily come in with that Oracle and just destroy the main base here, and it looks like he will be trying to do exactly that. What does he spot? What does he see? Oh, there is the Revelation, a beautiful cast, and Has really using the Oracle in a much more effective tactic than I've seen other Protoss players use it. You can see that those Vikings are revealed, and those Vikings are now backing off as the Stalkers are now trying to engage here. You can see the Vikings going straight after the Colossus. Colossus getting forced back, and it will get taken down. And Apollo's Ball is still able to defend very effectively. Are we going to see another reveal? It looks as though, yes, we are going to see another reveal as the Oracle is backing off again. I still think it would have been better if the Oracle had simply flown in here and taken down a lot of the SCVs while charging in with the Colossus and the Stalkers, but that is the benefit of superior vision, us as observers knowing where all units are on the map at all times. Coming across, let's take a look at the army. 57 to 63. Things are still looking pretty even here, but a new round of units could be coming in just a second. There is a reveal, and the Oracle does get taken down. But let's take a look. Has knows exactly what's going on the far side here. He can see the 3rd Orbital Command Center flying as the Marauders are now backing off. Still no concussive shell as we are now going into level 2 weapons upgrades. Stalkers still sitting at 0-0, trying to get level 1, and Ball really winning in the upgrade war, and that may be giving him the advantage. It looked as though Has was going to be able to knock down that front door and take the victory, but that has not unfolded in that way just quite yet, and Has is not pressuring this 3rd base. I can't believe this. Perhaps he knows that SCVs cannot really get there at all unless he tries to drop them with medevacs, which would be a rather silly situation as the medevacs are needed in the next fight. Alright, Colossi, Zealots, Stalkers, Sentries all moving together. You can see that the Orbital Command now decided to lift off and move back home. Apollo's Ball still sitting at 149 to 125, and realizes that he's been sieging too long and is deciding to back off. I like this play by Has. He knows that he cannot continue to just sit outside his opponent's base and keep track of this army. He wants to bring everything, make everything a little bit tighter, and know when exactly units are going to be engaging out onto the field. On top of this, Has is getting up his 2nd Mothership Core back up to maximum energy. If he can get up to 150 again, we will see the use of that time warp, and that time warp so effective against Marines and Marauders, as stim is so important when trying to chase down Protoss units. Meanwhile, we can see a massive Bio Ball with Vikings medevacs on the move. The Vikings are not upgraded at all, but we can see 2-2 upgrades have been started. Meanwhile, 2-1 upgrades being started for the Protoss. And this has really switched around. We can see a hallucinated Phoenix quickly flying in. It will get taken down here, and this could be a bad engagement. Colossus getting taken down in just a matter of seconds. There's some beautiful force fields, though, and this may be a little bit of a pincer play. Apollo's Ball still unable to engage here. It looks as all the Vikings are now in ground mode, but there is a couple of Immortals here, and the Immortals quickly finishing off a couple of the Vikings. Now that the force fields are gone and the reinforcements are coming in, it looks like though Ball is going to be able to just simply stim through and finish this in one straight engagement. Photon overcharge activated, but is it going to be enough as the Mothership Core has been taken down? One Viking now down as well. The Marauders now trying to engage. Is it going to be enough here? A new Colossus has joined in on the fight. It looks like it will be backing off. The Stalkers need to focus on the Vikings, but with 3 more now on the field, Ball can just land those Vikings and then finish this in just a matter of seconds. What's going to be happening as the Marauders and the Marines still tanking much of the damage from that Nexus. All right, Stalker has gone down, and there is the GG. Has losing game 1 to Apollo's Ball here on Neo Planet S. A very good back and forth matchup, but Ball, even though he was on his heels, so to speak, he was fighting out from that corner, able to bust free with superior upgrades, and that's really what gave him the overall win. 2-2 upgrades against, I believe, 1-0 upgrades for the Protoss. And with only 1-0 upgrades, there's nothing Has could really do in order to stand a chance. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed Game 1. Please stay tuned for Game 2.